And welcome back for a 2016 Clinton campaign style implosion as I fall completely apart in Perfidious Speed Plays XCOM War of the Chosen. Man, last episode, what a complete debacle. Or at least the last episode you saw was a debacle, but we'll get back to that in a minute. It was just a total World Trade Center Tower 2 level collapse that I suffered. It was like a series finale of How I Met Your Mother level of dissatisfaction and predictable incompetence. And I realized between episodes, or rather while I was recording the episode that shall not be named, that I have become that which I've always despised. I have become a CBS sitcom. That's right, folks, right here. I mean, you saw it live, a man hitting rock bottom. I really don't think I can possibly get any worse than my last episode, unless I am literally physically transformed into young Sheldon and forced to relive Jim Parsons' fictional life. That would be worse, because honestly, I think that's a fate worse than death. And also a fate that's worse than death befell what should have been actually last episode, because I recorded the debacle episode, and then I actually recorded another episode after that, but OBS completely shit the bed and just destroyed my footage. I have no idea what happened, but no footage of that exists. It is the lost episode, the mystery episode, and unfortunately, I didn't discover the fact that it became a Matthew Fox, J.J. Abrams joint until after I had already saved my game. So that footage, it's lost for all eternity. We're gonna say not now to Region Income because we really don't care. Let's go back to what were we doing? Hitting the supply drop, I believe. Right?
New course.
Last episode is, you know, what happened to it is what should happen to all CBS sitcoms, in that they're just banished to the hoary ether for never be seen again. By the way, El Huntador on our last episode did show up. We learned a couple valuable lessons. One, El Huntador is a chump stain. We had no problem kicking his ass. But two, we did learn a little piece of valuable information about Retribution. And that is, Retribution is not Bladestorm. Don't run next to a Muton and expect Retribution to do anything for you. Because it turns out, unlike Bladestorm, Mutons can counterattack that shit. So we had one of our team members get hurt, put in the hospital. Other than that, though, the mission went pretty solid. You guys missed some glorious salt, you really did. Our proving ground is finished, that's fantastic. Probably we're gonna need to recojigger our engineers a little bit, I believe. CBS sitcoms, by the way, speaking of things which shall not be named in horrible, horrible times.
Some of our more experimental concepts.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to weapons development.
I mean, that's fine, Lily, thanks. Why don't you just start the Skulljacks project here? That will finish in 14 days unassisted. But to get back to my CBS sitcom analogy, things which shall not be named, elder abominations, creatures and horrors from beyond the pale. I mean, I feel like CBS has got that shit pretty well on farm, in that they are...
Commander, we've pushed our current power systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare.
Thank you.
Which means we can't expand
Not a square to spare. That's the way it works every time. So we're going to empty all of these things. You know what? No, Bridget Wallace, we'll leave you here to dig, because without you here to dig, no one will do anything. Put you... Congratulations, Tina Bennett. You're now a staffing gremlin operator. Have fun. I'm going to put you on the proving ground. All of our research will be conducted by a automaton, robot, whatever. Can we put a gremlin here? We can. We'll have the gremlin dig here. Beautiful. We got tunneling gremlins. See? Even when they're on gremlin detail, our engineers, they still got a shovel. You ever gonna finish that CBS anecdote, Pete? Yeah, I'm getting to it. So the whole CBS thing, it's how I imagine hell. Hell for me is, like you said, Pete, I want to know what your horrid vision of perdition, what it's like in your brain. And it's not a burning lake of fire or a giant cavern filled with flames and molten sulfur and the screaming of the damned. It's none of that. Mine, it's just an endless eternity awash in an ocean of television screens in every direction. And every one of those television screens is showing nothing but the entire syndicated catalog of The Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men, Mike and Molly, How I Met Your Mother, and Shit My Dad Says, on a loop that never ends. It's just those, all together, in a row, forever. I don't know about you, but I'm imagine a worst possible fate. So we unlock the Psi Lab, we unlock the advanced Psi Amp. We don't care about that. We don't really need Gauss weaponry right now. What else could we potentially do? Lost autopsy. I mean, I don't care about any of this stuff. Experimental weapons. You know what? The mech breakdown is useful because I believe that helps us.
Developed by Advent seem to be wholly
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong.
Capable of targeting
These
and
are
engaging
gremlins.
selected units.
We get a bonus gremlin. Oh, you know what? No, mech breakdown gives us blue screen rounds. So yeah, it is actually
to work through the initial disassembly. I fully intend on involving Shen in this
Dr.
process.
Tigan, can I ask you a question?
Our knowledge of
ever,
robotics far
ever wonder why the
outweighs my own.
aliens only gave their robots 2 fingers and a thumb? It seems, I don't know, suboptimal. Like, more digits is better, right? From an evolutionary standpoint. I mean, just think about this. You got 3 digits, and you lose one of them, you've lost, like, a third of your overall manual dexterity.
The chosen.
You go with, like, 5 digits, say a human, you lose one, I mean, you're only down 20%. You're still okay. You're still 80% effective when you're missing 1 finger. You're going with the tripod thing there, though. You're only 66% effective. Evolution, you gotta get on your shit, man. We should have like 400 fingers by now. What else can we potentially do? We do want to try and pick up this engineer. We also wouldn't mind, I mean, we want to complete our continent bonus for Asia. Picking up, we need to build this radio beacon, but you know what? I think the extra engineer is going to be more useful for us early. Let's go tag the engineer first. Then we build the radio beacon, then we start making contact. We finish up, you know, maybe we got to go make contact with our safety valve rather than finishing our continent.
The aliens aren't slowing down. They've already got multiple facilities operating across the globe. We're running out of time.
If only we had a link to one of those facilities. We do have a link, but we got to go through India? Well, that is a reason to try and finish this. We're getting problematic on the Avatar Project progress. The aliens are really screaming along.
Against the Elders, we find nothing but success.
Okay, we picked up 40 intel, but the more important thing, we're welcome to the Xander Zone. Xander Cage has become a major badass, major hero. What else can we do here? Do we have any other promotions on tap here? +1 mobility I kind of like. Who had that? Recruiter Reaper. Form a soldier bond. We don't even have a training center yet, so bonding our soldiers doesn't really help us. I don't care about dodge. Hunting the chosen assassin is actually intriguing. You know what? Do we have somebody who could do this? We do. Okay, we have 4 lieutenant pluses. Dominic Toretto's a negative trait recovery. We're going to let him do that. Xander Cage is on tap if we need him for a mission and newly promoted. And since Beardo here is down for 8 days anyway, it feels like Riddick has got some time to go lead this Locate Stronghold mission. Somebody's going to get +4 hacking. We don't really care who that is. Here, a man apart. Why don't you go learn how to take a computer apart? And then we got to give you a soldier, Sergeant Plus. You know what? Yeah, this is fine. Jackie Denorcio, you want to go handle that? Hey, that's right, Pete. Ain't nobody getting captured on Jackie Denorcio's watch. You know what I'm saying? Old Jackie, he takes care of his own. Jackie never ratted on nobody in his life. I ain't gonna drop down to no chosen Pete. I appreciate your dedication to your fellow troopers. Got that underway. Let's go down to the armory and get our boy Xander Cage bumped up. What's up? Still got that frilly fringe, huh? You know what? It looks just like your coat from the movie. So we have Reckoning, Waylay. We already have Retribution. Reckoning is just a straight-up melee attack. I think we'll probably take that.
Most of our new recruits have never worked in close quarters like the Avenger.
Yep.
Before the war, we might have had time for training, but now they're gonna have to pick things up on the fly.
Well, before the war, they were working for the enemy, John, so I feel like they're picking up everything on the fly, really. We could buy Interrupt with some soldier AP, but I'm not really sold on the whole Interrupt ability yet. I don't know if I like it. Mostly because I know what's going to happen. On the one person we have it on, I always forget to use it. Lightning Reflexes, though, is always useful. Plus, I mean, it's Xander Cage. Come on. The man has demonstrated his Lightning Reflexes. He can shoot a cigarette out of a man's mouth with a rocket launcher. You know, that was virtually no challenge because it was a heat-seeking missile and it homed in. Yeah, homed in on the cigarette, right? Yeah, that's how science works. Rural checkpoints. We will lose 50% of our next supply drop. Bleh, we don't. Who cares? Chris Varick has recovered from the boiler room. Taylor Reese is back on his feet. That's good.
Another important step forward in our research.
Mech breakdown is finished, and we got the blue screen protocol available for us. That's sweet.
As far as I can tell,
Mark II
they're fully
gremlins do
automated
absolutely
and
nothing
armed
for
to the
us, though.
teeth.
What else can we get? Viper autopsy. I suppose that's somewhat useful. It gets us a med kit. You know what? Yeah, let's do the Viper autopsy.
Although I would
We
expect
can handle
to
a
be
med
growing
kit.
more
Also, it
accustomed
gives Dr.
to seeing the
Tigan a
clear
chance to fondle
intermingling
some
of both
sweet
human
lizard
and
boobs.
alien
So
genetic material.
it's kind of win-win. We
This
get
reptilian
enhanced medicine.
creature with such
Dr. Tigan indulges his
human
kink.
features is
The
surprisingly
Viper's dead,
unsettling.
so it can't object to being
Invasion
fondled
error
by a
reports
weird
include
human.
references to a species
Victimless
with
crime, really.
Some reptilian qualities, but nothing is readily
Some
apparent.
reptilian
This.
qualities. I love the fact that Dr. Tigan's like dictating his dissection notes. And he's like, dissection, giant snake man with breasticles. Specimen appears to have some reptilian qualities, despite the fact that entire specimen is, in fact, a giant snake woman. It's like dissecting Medusa. It'd be like, some serpent-like qualities. The hair, slightly unusual cast.
There is no shame in admitting my admiration can be solved in the face of insurmountable odds.
Do you mean like every time we've kicked your ass? Or are you talking about the fact that they made Fast and Furious 8 after Paul Walker died?
And surrender to no one.
Probably the Paul Walker thing.
I see a shadow of
Our shielded power coil is done. We picked up 19 Illyrium crystals.
Maximum power
We could build resistance comms. We can build whatever we want in here because it won't take power. We only have 149 supplies. Do we need those supplies for anything else, though? I suppose is the question. Our proving ground, working on the Skulljack. We don't really need those supplies for anything else, do we? Nope. All right, let's go ahead and build resistance comms then.
Maximum power consumption.
Commander, we pushed our current power systems to the limit.
Yeah,
don't
but
have
we
any
had
capacity
pushed
to
our
spare,
current power
which means
systems
we
to the
can't
limit
expand our
before we
facilities
pushed them
further.
further to the limit there. So, I don't know. Lily, they say know your limit and play within it, but what are you gambling at? What's your game? Where are you trying to go with this? I don't get it. Training center is now finished. Tina Bennett's gremlin has become available. Let's check this out. We do have some people who are waiting for a bond upgrade, but I'm pretty sure it's Xander Cage and his
This
bro,
facility will
Beardo
allow our
Hunter.
soldiers to train
And
together to
they're
improve
gone,
their bonds,
so yeah.
while also putting the knowledge they've gained in combat towards learning new
Strangely,
abilities.
Bradford, none of our soldiers actually needs to use the training center to improve their abilities. They can just, you know, learn them whenever they want. Do we need to staff anybody here? No, we do have a gremlin available, which I guess we'll just dump up here in the power relay because it ain't doing shit else. And we should have an idle engineer. We have idle staff in the infirmary. How idle? Can't be too idle. There's a... Oh, Andy Green's gremlin? Andy Green's gremlin is not healing people? Oh, maybe they're out. Is anybody hurt? Let's take a look. Just Caparzo, who actually isn't hurt. He's just, you know, needs his baba and his blankie. So we have an idle staffing gremlin. We don't really have anywhere to put that gremlin. Nothing to do with it. I'd love to have somebody come down here and start digging, but we'll need an actual engineer for that because it's not adjacent to the workshop. Back to the old scan, then, I reckon.
I think you will find our results have exceeded expectations.
I think you will find the specimen
I find
has
it
some
unusual,
serpent-like
to say the
qualities,
least,
Pete.
that the subject so often referred to in the past as the Thin Man has now been revealed to actually be a genetic derivative.
I don't know if
of this
adaptive
wholly
personal
reptilian
combat
creature.
sims is actually worthwhile. It lets us pull combat sims out and reuse them, but, like, we never do that. Ever. I can barely remember to equip weapons. The question is there anything else here that's useful in any capacity? Is there something else we could do to better spend our time? I don't even remember what the Spectre autopsy unlocks. I really don't. I don't remember it being very useful. We could get a lure if we did the Lost autopsy. We still haven't... You gotta be kidding us that this is not... How is this not instant already? I refuse to autopsy an Advent Trooper. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. No, that one will be free. I'm not doing it until it is. Research the Spectre.
Referred to by our troops in the field simply as a Spectre.
Well, they actually call them
so
DGs for Daniel. DCs, they call them. Daniel Craig.
Is able to shift
yeah, see that DC back there walking up out of the ocean? Homeboy was cut.
I had theorized it could be a cloud of nano
Then he
machines,
surrounded me in a cloud of nano machines and kind of brain raped me a little bit, but it's okay. I got back by tying him to a chair naked and smashing his nuts with a big tied ball of twine. Really crushed him good. Also, I killed his girlfriend. Turnabout is fair play. DG, DC, if that is your real name. So what has happened here? Avatar project, okay. Goes up again.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the
yeah,
Avatar
that's
project.
a little bit of a problem for us, Bradford. We may have to switch gears on this one. We really need a safety valve. Now, we do have a safety valve in that. We've always got the black site we can go hit. That will reduce it by 1. Skulljack and a Codex will also help. Let's go back to scan. I really want...
No approach that has been
struggling to maintain wrong-range communications after he's sabotaged by Chosen. Our covert actions will be delayed by a week.
Commander,
well, son of a bitch.
For the Chosen sabotage attempts. We don't have any more time to lose.
Yeah, that actually really sucked, Bradford. Really sucked. We need to go make contact with New Indonesia so we have a safety valve available. That isn't the black side, but unfortunately we're going to be doing this retaliation mission first. Okay, then, let's go handle Operation Final Claw. Yeah, whatever. The assassin will probably, in all likelihood, show up on this mission. So, oh good, Anthony Caparzo is back in action. Somebody shoot him in the chest again. I'm not sure I can trust him. Everybody's fired, by the way. No. Well, okay, you know what, Dominic Toretto? You're probably not officially fired. We're going to fire you, but then hire you back as a consultant at a higher rate of pay. So give me my Xander Cage. We'll leave Richard B. Riddick and Beardo. We got to get these guys synced back up. It's going to be 9 days before Riddick gets back. Give me Dom. You know what? This is going to be a retaliation mission. They tend to be fairly challenging. I guess we'll bring Caparzo against my better judgment. Give me Groot, and give me the knockaround guy. We got a couple people who can take 2 items into battle. Fantastic. Can we give you a med kit? Make utility items available. Weapons also should be available. Armor should be available. Not that we have any. You have a med kit now? All right. Xander Cage, grenade, and med kit. 2 ROP. I don't think we have anything we can even give you, do we? All right, then. Well, I suppose we can start handing out firearms, then give people a little bit of upgraded weaponry. Let's see here. Xander Cage Scope, what do we want to give you? Like, we want you to be a really good shot. Advanced repeater, advanced laser sight, that's 1-hit kills. We should give that to someone who sucks. Stock, superior laser sight. Advanced scope, hair trigger. That's our shit right there. That's the Xander Cage weaponry. Toretto, you should have a pretty good gun, too. Repeater scope, never mind, an advanced bag. You already have a pretty good gun. We're like, hey, we got to soup up your ride, Dom. And he's like, nah, I got this one, Pete. It's pretty well covered. I mean, this was sort of my quote-unquote job, if you recall. I did work in an automotive... I don't think it was a repair shop. It was like a tuner joint? Tweaker club? Tweaker club sounds more like a place where you would go to snort crystal meth. Probably a tuner? I don't know. I don't understand cars. I get in it and I start it and I drive it to where I want to go, and if for some reason when I get in it and try to start it and have it take me where I want to go, if the car refuses to work, I just call a professional and say, can you please come fix my car? It's broken and I don't know anything about automobiles. Case to be made for not taking the knockaround guy on this. He was a little tired. We could have subbed him out for our other sergeant. Although I think Taylor Reese should be pretty close to a level. So maybe it is a good idea to bring him, see if we can't get him to bump. Bumping him up will raise his willpower slightly, which will help him resist fatigue even better in the future. I'm just glad everybody's back after the debacle mission. I'm also still really salty about the lost footage. You guys missed a pretty solid episode, man.
We're going in to secure the site.
Chosen Hunter showed up. We put the smackdown on his ass. It was kind of beautiful. Oh, right. You guys missed it, but there actually shouldn't be a Chosen on this mission because we just killed a Chosen on the last mission we did. We killed a Hunter
on the resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing
no, I mean I just killed the Chosen though, Bradford. They shouldn't be allowed to be on this mission.
Trapped nearby.
So we gotta save 6 civilians.
Resistance soldiers hunkered down not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
We can do that, John. So Dom, quarter mile at a time, bro. We got more than a quarter mile to go. You think you can get up there? I really don't want to go potentially spawn a pod with our final action. But if we can do it and get into full cover as we do it, I suppose that's okay. We did activate enemies.
Steer clear of those berserkers. They can't
no shit, John. I really wish you would have mentioned not the berserker thing. Actually, what we want to steer clear of is the fucking mutons. We learned a very valuable lesson on the mission that never was, and that is you cannot wrath a muton, and likewise, you cannot, can't wrath a muton, and you can't run up next to one and allow your retribution action to work either, because they don't work. If you go, you gotta be kidding me, I can't grapple over here. Or shit. Well, we got a 61% chance at the berserker. We're gonna get nothing on the muton. That's real bad. Do we have a bonus action available? We, of course, do not. What if we come down here? If we have Taylor Reese come down here, can we grapple up to here? I'm really just looking to get some free movement out of my grappling. There we go. That's what I want.
I take a new approach.
Need a little bit of bonus speed here. Now we can get some shots, and we've got a flanker at this muton. Not too worried about the berserker. I'm more concerned about the muton. 5 to 6 damage may not kill him. Do you have... I was gonna say, do you...
I must focus my strikes.
Great fucking shot, champ. Nicely done. That was solid work right there. Perfect. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and whiplash the berserker. We gotta get some damage out of Caparzo here, and this is all we're gonna get. 61% chance. An execution here would be beautiful. Got him halfway down. I'm very concerned about this muton. Okay, Groot. You gotta move down here, and then can you grapple closer to get a shot at the muton? Yes.
Changing position.
Our last shot was like a 90%, and we whiffed it. Got an 87% on the flank here from the Grootinator. Alright, Groot got the goods down. I agree with you about the armor destruction. That would be extraordinarily useful. Alright, Xander Cage. I don't suppose... Are you gonna... If we move you up here, can you see the guy? Yeah, you can see them both from here. So grapple to here.
A useful aid.
I need you on this one, Xander. I need you in the Xander zone. Specifically, I need you in the Xander zone whiplashing the shit out of this punk ass.
Fear the last.
I'm more afraid of the muton than I am of the berserker. There we go. We did surprisingly little damage on that. You have Retribution. Or Reckoning. Now, Reckoning is just the regular Ripjack Strike. But you also have Retribution, which means you get a free Ripjack Strike if you're adjacent to something. So, Berserkers don't have counterattack. Mutons do, which means we can afford to wrath our way over to this Berserker.
Tactical movement.
We can come up here, poke him once with our shiv. And then, that's the whole thing's a moot point now. I was going to say, we'll come poke him once with our shiv, and then we can poke him again, but now it doesn't matter. He's a Pokemon. We can do whatever we want now. Homeboy is stunned. That is the one benefit to the Ultra Shiv, is that it does have a stun, which I suppose maybe is why it's not as good as Blade Master, because it has the potential to stun our enemies. Oh, good. Another Berserker. And another Mutant. But yeah, in the episode which shall never be seen again, I was supremely salty about the fact that, like, I ran into a pod of 2 Berserkers, like right in between 2 Berserkers. Or not berserkers, but I ran right into a pod that had 2 mutons and I think a sectoid in it, and I ran into the middle of it because I wanted to hit all of them with the retribution strike. I ran into the middle of it, we hit the sectoid fine, and then one of the mutons punched us, and like when we tried to do our retribution strike, the muton punched and stunned us. He counterattacked off my bonus freebie swing. I was furious. Speaking of bonuses and freebie swings, like we want flank shots on this muton up here.
As you order.
So Groot, if you had, I mean, yeah, I understand you get a gimme there, but 60% to hit that guy? That is fucking unacceptable, Groot. And, oh, fantastic, you can't even hit him with the grenade. Anybody up here got a grappling hook action still? Alright, 2-Rop does. 2-Rop, we're gonna have to trust you on this one, Bo. Up here, throw the grapple. You gotta get on this rooftop for me.
Utilizing hook.
He's utilizing the hook. The hook has been utilized. And then maybe just go ahead and drop a grenade on this man. Let's take away all of his cover. This could theoretically kill him. Our volatile mix, even with the volatile mix, we didn't have quite enough soup in the can to kill him. But that's okay, because we got a bonus. We must have parkoured. Hoorah, the parkour master! If I had noticed he would have parkoured, I wouldn't even have wasted the extra shot. A little salty about that. Alright, crosshairs, Caparzo, let's get you up here. We should try and get you a kill. Maybe get you back in the swing of things, 79%.
Deficient attack.
Well, I mean, deficient pretty much describes you completely. So let's take the old slash swing because it can't miss. It also does 6 guaranteed damage. And then Xander zone. Why don't you zone back into the fight here? Knock around. What's your hit percentage? 80% is not fantastic. You know what? We're gonna up that. Just wrath him.
We will be avenged. Repositioning.
Get right next to him in his face. Shank him once. Maybe stun him? Didn't get the stun. We did. Oh man, he gauzed right in your face though. That's like the most rude, contemptible thing you can do to another. Spitting in someone's face has got to be like the ultimate display of contempt for another person. Maybe execute him here, Jake. 6 damage. Maybe execute him though, Dom. Still no. Okay. Well, Groot, you wanna handle this? I am Groot. He is dead.
The resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors. There's a large group of civilians.
Yeah, there's a large group of civilians. There's also a large group of mutons running around everywhere.
Closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
We don't need to do shit. We're gonna let the resistance members handle it. Like, they're actually way better at this than you might think, Bradford. Those guys show a shocking level of competence. The shocking part of their competence is the fact that, for whatever reason, we have refused to hire them, despite their complete and total competence. They display their efficacy at... I mean, look at them hitting these shots. They demonstrate their effectiveness at every opportunity, and then we're like, nah, we don't want to hire you. You're a resistance trooper. Be like, no, do it. It's not even like an affirmative action hire or anything. The guy's legitimately good. Let's just get him on the team. They're like, nah.
Covering distance.
We can't really be seen to have preferential hiring treatments. Be like, there's nothing preferential about it. We got no bias here. They're just the most qualified candidate.
A great distance.
And then Betos comes by and she's like, oh, what's this? Can't help but notice you got a decided lack of skirmishers on the team, and yet another human is hired? That's why we're doing this run. We gotta, like, fill up our skirmisher quota. That's the first resistance trooper to even blink in the face of the enemy, by the way. The rest of them have been 100% lights out. Let's take another turn here, because we need to reload. We got some people who are a little low on ammo. And by some people, I mean basically our entire team. Kind of low on ammo.
Commander. Reloading ammunition.
Group parkoured. Beautiful.
I I await their approach.
You know, the parkour ability seems pretty cool, but it's actually not useful at all. It may be the weakest GTS facility bonus. And the reason it's so weak is it's undependable. Like, you can't rely on it to do anything. It's great when it triggers, but if you're planning your turn around having an ability with a 5% opportunity to trigger, you're planning to fail. Parkour doesn't help you do something you weren't gonna do. It helps you win a situation you were already winning. Like, parkour just makes you win harder than you were already gonna win. It's the A-Rod of abilities, in that if you're up by 10 runs, he'll hit 5 grand slams, but if all you need is one base hit with the game tied in the bottom of the 9th, he goes down not even swinging. Just dies fast and quiet. Hey, you let that berserker get kind of close there, guys. You're working him over, dude. I mean, I appreciate that. You're giving him the what for? Giving him the business. Didn't give his buddy quite enough business there. What are you doing? U-turn over there. Alright, give him a little of business. Maybe, I don't know, give him the business here? It's point blank. She gave him the business. Maybe give him the business? There's business everywhere, man! The economy is booming! Our boys are giving everybody the business. Alright, it's time to welcome someone to the Xander zone here, or several someones. You can't... Why can you not grapple, like, anywhere good, though? You gotta be shitting me. You can't even grapple on top of this thing? Why not?
I take a new approach.
Could your new approach be not sucking? I'd appreciate if that was the new approach you adopted, is just an opportunity to be less shitty. Oh good, the berserker has dashed right inside the building. That's going to make killing him very difficult. So I think we whip a grenade. We actually can't whip one that far. What do we have for shots? Well, we can definitely kill that man, so I see no particularly compelling reason to not just do it. You're done. We've done him in. Can we grenade you without killing an innocent civilian? If we drop this here, can we hit you and not the civvy? Looks like the answer is yes. Up. There we go. Our volatile mix picked you off. No civilian casualties. One of the first times Perfidious Pete has ever uttered those words.
Changing position.
The knockaround guys should be good here. We're gonna grapple right over on top of these tanks, and we should be able to shoot this man like right in his head twice. First off, let's get rid of his cover, because it looks like for whatever reason he still has some. Shredding his armor is also potentially useful. You can't see him? You could see him a second ago, but now he's suddenly invisible. Okay. Yeah, line of sight, that's still a thing that works. Well, Mr. Turop, you wanna come get a kill that your boy over here was too big of a chump to bother with? Excellent shot. And then maybe just go ahead and follow it up with a second excellent shot. No reason giving the resistance troopers all the kills. I mean, yeah, admittedly they're doing all the work and probably deserve those kills, but why not let somebody else do the hard stuff and then just swoop in the 11th hour to take the credit? That's the American way. That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. And, you know, surprisingly, it's not working out that well. We actually kind of have a lack of motivation and, like, a sense of meritocracy has been lost thanks to our new just steal everything paradigm. Groot, you're gonna just be on Overwatch. Knock around, I don't even know what to do with you, although, you know, let's get off of this tank in the event that it decides to just go up in a giant catastrophic explosion, because it is on fire. And that looks bad. Like, potentially calamitous. Well. Here's the same thing again, then. It's the deja vu pod. We are going to get a work over this berserker. And by a little bit, I mean a very, very little bit. In, like, the smallest amount we could possibly work him over. little better from Caparzo. You guys want to come stand in a pile? That'd really help us out. No? Don't worry, I'm sure our civilian team will get you taken care of. Except it looks like Team Civilian's gonna be busy with another pod of the same... This map is fucking Muton top to bottom. Well, Resistance Troopers, we really need you guys pulling your weight here. You know, I'm never gonna complain about a shot that hit. I might have chosen a different target. I might have asked you to just stand in place, reload, and fire a weapon, but... Okay. I'm never gonna complain about shots hitting targets. I'm really not. I will complain about shots that miss targets, though, because that one should have been almost a slam dunk. What the hell are you doing? I'm just gonna move over here and take cover behind the exploding, soon-to-be ruptured fuel tank. Is that okay? Still hit the target, though. Managed to piss off the Berserker. That's never really good. So what do we got here? Well, what we have are too damn many enemies and not enough people to fight them. We could whip a grenade over here, possibly detonate this car, but I think that has pretty negative consequences for our little friend, so... Possibly not the greatest idea. I don't suppose we can grapple anywhere. Oh, this is Groot. I don't want that. Xander Zone, what do you got here? We could wrath you over there and then just shoot the dude. Or we could just shoot him twice from where we're at. Caparzo, you have a grenade. You do. What if we bring you to full cover here by this tree? And then I think we have you try and deploy a grenade for us. Get rid of this guy's cover. He's actually the bigger problem. And now his cover is gone. Perfect. Alright, Groot, I really don't like this, but we may have to do it. We got 2 slam dunk shots, and Xander Cage has a non-zero chance of executing that guy. I really don't want to be relying on him to execute them. You have almost nothing left in the tank. Taylor Reese is only going to be able to come up here and give us 1 shot. That's all he's got. 1 shot is all he's got. I'm a little concerned. There's a lot of uncontrolled mutons at the end of this turn. I'm not happy about that. So we could wrath to somewhere near this man, probably here. Hit one of these other mutons with the lash and then get the other one with maybe a shot, but who's going to back us up? Groot can back us up. Do we think that between these guys, they can get all of that work done? It's a pretty big ask.
The end is coming usefully.
Apparently we do, because we've already committed, so there we go. Give him the shank. A stun would be beautiful. Didn't get it, though. Nope. You know what? This turns out to have been a terrible idea, because we are not going to have enough damage to get those guys. It's going to take everything we've got just to get the Berserker. I don't suppose Xander Cage can lend any assistance here. He can get the Berserker. You know what? We can't Wrath a Muton, though. He'll hit us. There are too many mutons. Too many mutons. The mutons are so much more dangerous than the Berserkers. That's the actual problem. When it comes to danger time... Oh, good. You didn't even kill him. Yeah, we're actually in a real tight spot here. Toretto, where can you grapple to? Nowhere good.
Utilizing hook.
Well, you have to do what our boy here couldn't. Okay, if we're gonna use whiplash, 86% on that man might kill him. Didn't. We can get 2 of them with subsequent fire, so we take you down. You're dead. And then we follow that up with a shot here. Puts you in the dirt. That leaves us with 1 Muton uncontrolled over there. And all we got left is Babylon and Groot over here. And Groot only has 1 action. So we Wrath in. That gives us 6. We Whiplash. It's not enough. It doesn't matter what we do. We do not have enough damage to handle that entire pod. We got to get the hell out of Dodge. Where can we go that will give us some manner of cover? Alright, we're going to Whiplash over here. Groot dove in, did what he could, got what he could get, and now it's time to get the hell out. He also gave us a critical, which is nice. So let's kill what we can kill. We can Whiplash you. Then we can shoot you. That's a Berserker dead at a minimum. And then you need to go find some cover, friend.
Ammunition is low.
Yep, we're gonna run away. I'm counting on the resistance team here. We should, yeah, retribution this man. Stun him! We've done it!
No armor penetration.
Nobody fucks with Xander Cage. Who do you think you are? Yeah, you're in trouble. Okay. I mean, I would have expected you to just shoot the man that was standing right in front of you on a rooftop, but... I thought maybe the civilians would take it, and I had hoped one of those mutons might go for a resistance team.
They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians.
It sounds callous as hell, Bradford, but good. Civilians are ablative. We only have so many team members, and we can't really afford to lose any of them. All of them are vital to the war effort. Resistance force is still doing their damn job, by the way. Nice shot. We do have to be careful, because there is a faceless down there. Softening up that guy. Give him some more of the business. You guys are giving him the business. Keep playing. You missed it.
Flames intensify.
That guy is stunned. So while he's stunned, let's just go shoot him in the spine. Don't give him a chance to get up. Kick him while he's down.
My weapon is nearly empty.
Your weapon is nearly empty, and that's unfortunate. But you could also just grapple up here and take a flank shot on this man. Good God, skirmishers have just abysmal damage. Like, their damage output is fucking terrible. Really. That's your flank. Oh, see you in hell.
It will shake them.
It better shake them. We're gonna have to invest in some bigger, better grenades. %65% is terrible, and we're still gonna take the shot. He is dead. That should cause the faceless to appear. Hello, Mr. Faceless. A boy, Xander Cage, out of ammo. He also took a... Xander got hurt, too. You know what, Xander? No. Fix yourself. Patch yourself up.
Return to battle.
Xander Cage knows that discretion is oftentimes the better part of valor. Sometimes when you've had a hard day, you've been working it, tapping some sweet, sweet, hot European lady. Sometimes after a long day doing what you do for your country, you just gotta take a little me time, you know? You gotta relax. Just sit down with like a good book and a bottle of wine and kind of chill out a little bit. Taylor Reese picking up a promotion with that final kill. Fantastic. Mission photo. I mean, we do really need to get a sweet whole lot of Vin Diesel. Give me as much Vin as I can get. I mean, I need all of the diesel. I want a whole tank. This is what we call a tank of diesel. Give me the whole tank of diesel. You know what? I want the, like, dynamic. Oh, no, never mind. There's only one thing the folks want to see in this. That sweet Vin Diesel mud. That creamy, smooth caramel skin, that little smirk and the side eye. Give me that side eye. Hashtag give me that side eye. You know I have a weak spot for the side eye. Giving me that smoldering come hither stare. How could I not come hither? Yeah, whatever. I don't care about your values. I don't care about the old world. All I care about is giving me that side eye, though. Look at it. That is a bedroom gaze if ever I've seen it. Make me want to touch myself in a bad place. That side eye. So Xander's only down for 4 days. That's not too bad. His boy Beardo's going to be out of action for... Oh, wait. He's unbonded. Never mind. Groot did pick up a promotion. We're going to give you Whiplash for certain. Return Fire is shit. You know, Zero In is maybe worth it, not for the bonus hit chance, but for the critical chance, perhaps. Full Throttle. That ability is just bad. Even if it doesn't cost an action, and I think it might, but even if it doesn't cost an action, it's still bad. Definitely going to take Whiplash. We definitely want Tactical. You know, Knockaround guy's shaping up to be a pretty decent little trooper here. We take the Tactical Rigging. I think maybe we pick up Lightning Reflexes as well. You know what? Let's burn little action points here. Give me a little action point action. And by action points, I mean ability points. 8 Muton corpses, a Berserker corpse, only 1 Faceless corpse. We still don't have the opportunity to buy a Mimic Beacon, and Mimic Beacons and Battle Lords are going to be like a big part of our endgame.
Job leading the Resistance, Commander.
We're going to have an extraordinarily difficult time with avatars, it occurs to me. Like, we're going to need to stun the shit out of them almost 100% of the time. We have to figure out a way to make our stuns more effective. But that's a problem for the future, because right now I'm going to go touch myself, because, you know, hashtag that side-eye. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more smoldering side-eye, you might consider subscribing as well. New episodes every single day.
Still don't know what they're putting in that stuff.
As long as it's side-eye, I don't care, Bradford. Just run at me with that shit. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Hashtag that side-eye.